Welcome to the Executive Corner Expert Talks by Kalkine TV. I'm Sage and today's guest is Mr. Mark Chapman, the Director of Tax Communication at H&R Block Australia. And as cryptocurrency emerges into the mainstream and gets more backing by the institutional investors, more retail players are investigating how crypto can be added to their investment portfolio. And we aim to bring you live the experts from the field who can share insights to aid your discovery into the insights of the crypto sector. And H&R Block is one of Australia's largest and most trusted tax agents. The company was founded by brothers Henry and Richard Block back in 1955 in Kansas, Missouri, USA. But there's been no looking back, as the company has now got a sprawling global legacy to its name. So bringing you onto the show today, we have Mr. Mark Chapman, Director of Tax Communication from H&R Block. Welcome to the show, Mark.
Good afternoon, how are you?
It's a pleasure to meet you and thank you for joining us. The Australian Tax Guide to Cryptocurrency is comprehensive and easy to read. What instigated the need for H&R Block to create this guide?
Well, there's been hundreds of thousands of people who've invested in cryptocurrencies over the past few years. And very often they don't give any thought to the tax implications. So if they do give any thought, they dismiss them. They think that cryptocurrency investments are somehow anonymous. So really, we think that there's a need, and that's evidenced by the number of people who are calling our offices asking for some real tax guidance for all cryptocurrency investors who want to know, exactly where they stand with their taxes.
It couldn't be more relevant. It's a trending topic at the moment, and it's also great to know there's a guide to help people to stay compliant. And record keeping is important in order to comply with tax law. Does H&R Block have suggestions for efficient and accurate record keeping for crypto traders?
Yeah, well, it's essential that with every single transaction, every time you purchase, every time you sell, that you keep all of the records surrounding that in case the ATO want to see them. They're entitled to see them. And so, you need to keep records of the date of the transactions, the value of the transactions, and also who the other party was. So what the transaction was for. If you don't have those, you could potentially fall foul of the ATO at a later date if they come along and ask to see them. In addition, if you want to claim deductions, you need to keep records of your home office expenses, any computer software expenses, any legal and accountancy costs that you've incurred investing in cryptocurrency. Otherwise, you can't claim those deductions.
Thank you so much for letting us know. Capital gains tax could apply to crypto earnings. Can you give us an example, however, of when it may not be applicable and income tax instead is?
Capital gains tax applies if you're investing in cryptocurrency. But if your investments go to the next level, if you start actually trading cryptocurrency, then typically you're going to be looking at an income tax liability rather than capital gains. I mean, how to tell whether you're an investor or a trader, that's quite a difficult conversation, but basically you need to look, for example, at the number of transactions that you're making and so on. So if you're an investor, that will be taxed to income tax. You won't be entitled to the 50% capital gains tax discount. But on the other hand, if you're making losses, you will be able to offset those losses subject to anti-avoidance rules against your other income. So it's essential that you have that conversation with your accountant regarding whether you are an investor or whether you are actually a trader. So that's a crucial conversation, I think, to have.
Yes, I've heard that point in the past. I'm not sure if you'd be able to help with this, but to register as a professional trader, can people speak to their accountant or the tax office?
That's not something that you don't have to register as such. You simply complete the tax return in whichever way is appropriate. So if you're an investor, you complete the capital gains tax schedules. If you're a trader, you complete the business and professional schedules.
Right, thank you for clearing that up. It's been a huge week, however, for the crypto sector in Australia. Mastercard announcing they'll accept crypto transactions, CommBank allowing cryptocurrencies onto their pilot platform. And how do you think this is going to impact the crypto tax in the future?
If people like Mastercard accept cryptocurrency transactions, that will potentially magnify the number of people who are involved with cryptocurrency. There'll be far more people involved with cryptocurrency, and that essentially that magnifies the tax implications. So basically, we'll have a lot more people investing in cryptocurrency or buying and selling cryptocurrency. It's essential, if you're going to do that you really need to speak to a tax agent first, so that you fully understand the tax implications, and they can give you guidance in terms of the tax implications, the capital gains, the income tax of doing it. If you simply get into the market without taking tax advice, then unfortunately you're on the back foot, and potentially an issue could arise down the track.
Thank you so much, Mark. Were there any final takeaways or comments you'd like to add before we close off the discussion?
Well, if you want to take a look at our tax guide to cryptocurrency, either go to our website and go to it direct, or simply Google H&R Block cryptocurrency, and that will take you to it. I think it's well worth reading before you actually start buying and selling cryptocurrency, and simply recommend that to your viewers.
It's great to have you on the show. Thanks so much for joining us today and making time for us amidst your busy schedule. We really do appreciate your valuable insights.
Thank you.
And if you've just joined us today, we had a very informative interview with Mr. Mark Chapman, Director of Tax Communication at H&R Block Australia, and the full recording is available via YouTube on Kalkine Media's channel. And as we say, stay apprised and invest wise with Kalkine.